In the words of the immortal Hulk Hogan, what you gonna do? Well, we all know the Hulkster is 71 years old, has now passed away. A very, very complicated man. We talking about Hulk Hogan, the character, and Terry Bollea, the man. So we got a lot to talk about with this. Guys, I mean, I was totally shocked by this news. I mean, did this take y'all off guard? Because I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting like maybe somebody older, shout out to Ric Flair, but he's older than Hulk. He's 76. I kind of saw this maybe with him, maybe not so much with the Hulkster. What y'all think?
Well, the crazy thing about that, you never expect, to see these guys pass away. Eventually it's going to happen to everybody, but you're not expecting to see Hulk Hogan and these icons go. And it's a sad thing seeing these icons go. Now, am I shocked? I mean, no, the dude's 71 years old. I mean, after a while, even though 71 is still young, but they say a lot of us men, we're lucky to live to 70. We live to 70, we die off. So I'm not just shocked by it, but I didn't expect to open my phone and see Hulk Hogan's dead. And that's definitely not something I wanted to see. I mean, he's the greatest wrestler ever. We grew up on him. So most definitely.
Right. And on top of that, Shaka, this man don't put a lot of miles on his body, yo. Like you talk, he's not a regular 76. Internally, he might be 90 something. You talking about when he wrestled, this dude was wrestling almost every day of the year, constantly. We know, wrestling is sports entertainment, but that takes a heavy toll on your body. He don't have some major injuries. That's a lot, bro. Can you imagine playing 300 football games a year?
Now, wrestling, like everybody calls it fake and talks about how fake it is, but hey, the activity ain't fake. Them dudes is flying around just like any other contact sport, and they're not doing it with pads. And they abuse their bodies, like Kevin said. Like they don't recover well. They take drugs. They take stuff to keep them in the ring. A lot of cocaine. You know what I mean? There's Hulk Hogan probably had a lot of stuff going on, and you put that on top of like maybe some of the shame or guilt or some of the stuff he's dealing with in his older age. I was just reading like he had a last conversation with Brooke. Just think about that, man. All this stuff we don't think about, like these celebrities, and when they make a mistake, it's magnified by 1,000. And no matter how bad we think of them as people, which they could be, I can separate the wrestler from the person, but at the same time, even though he's an a-hole, he still has a family. And you make those type of mistakes with your family, that takes a toll on you, man. So who knows what he's dealing with?
I mean, shoot, the man went through a treacherous divorce, and then your ex-wife leaves you and starts dating your son's best friend. Like, think about what that's gonna do to you. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's wild.
So So let's just deal with the elephant in the room. We know that obviously he was recorded using the N-word, which was totally foul. And this is where I think things kind of fall off. He had all these opportunities to really clean it up and didn't do so. He kind of gave, the lame PR, apologies. And then it comes out, as a super trumper. And wherever you fall with that is where you fall. But again, kind of making himself look crazy because he's at the Trump rally ripping off his shirt, doing the what you gonna do stuff. And it looks bizarre, right? All these things kind of add up to kind of take away from his legacy. And if you look at before that tape surfaced of him using the N-word, he was the gold standard. And it kind of changed that for a long time and put a bad narrative on his name that he earned.
Well, if you oh God. No, sorry, Mike. But if you look at like the wrestlers that have spoken out against Hulk, Macho Man, Mick Foley. Yeah, there's the cream of the crop. Yeah, like all the guys, Mark Henry, Mick Foley, others, all these guys have spoke out against Hogan, the person. And so if you got, like you guys remember, Note, the movie, it was about the spectacle, which is like Hulk Hogan became a spectacle. Him ripping off his shirt at Trump rallies, whether that's what he believes or not, he represents a certain brand, and he was going to do that till his death. It's almost like Terry, what's his last name?
Bollea.
That guy was another guy. He became Hulk Hogan, and that's who he was going to be. So that can consume you, right? So that's just kind of what he became, and it's kind of sad when people can't really be themselves. They have to be their persona.
Exactly. And Mike, I'll put it to this like this way too. When you're talking about him, and that's kind of what they say sometimes, don't meet your heroes, because they could be very disappointing.
Yeah.
That was a huge disappointment, because we was all, saying our prayers and eating our vitamins and doing our workouts, and now this man's using the N-word. Now we all look crazy. It's hard to kind of deal with that, in real time.
Well, I mean, and I hear you, and yeah, that's sad to hear that he did all that stuff or whatever. But like Shaka was saying, I can separate the man from the character. And without Hogan, most of us probably wouldn't even have been watching wrestling. And all these people that came after him that benefited, and like The Rock and all these people who are movie stars and all that stuff may not even happen. Yeah, that stuff may not even have happened for them if Hogan didn't do what he did. Hogan basically put wrestling on the map. It was there before him, but it grew big because of him and, of course, Vince McMahon. So I just have to say, everybody owes Hogan a lot of gratitude. Yeah, he might have been a messed up person outside of it. I don't know him personally. I know some of the stuff he said, but, I don't know him personally. But I know the character, Hulk Hogan, that's the man. He was the best good guy. He was the best bad guy. And nobody else was better than him on either way. So, yeah, I give him all the praise in the world as far as wrestling goes or whatever.
That's a fact. And when you meet these guys, it's interesting because, to Shaka's point, at some point they get so popular that they're just the character and not themselves. I met Stone Cold Steve Austin in the airport, and he was Stone Cold Steve Austin in the airport. And we were in the airport in Cleveland, and it's cold outside. It's November. He got the short shorts on. He's in full character. Yeah. I met Ric Flair up close and in person, and he's just woo Ric Flair, just the character. So that has to be hard, that at some point you lose yourself to the character. But let's talk about Hogan, the wrestler. As you said, he is the best good guy, or babyface, if you will, if you're a real wrestling fan, of all time, and the best bad guy of all time being Hollywood Hogan. For y'all, which one did y'all like better, Hulk Hogan or Hollywood Hogan?
Go ahead, Mike. I want to hear.
Well, okay, so don't get me wrong. I was a big Hulk Hogan fan, like huge Hulk Hogan fan. But
me too.
And don't get me wrong, that was just the greatest time ever. But when he became Hollywood Hogan, I think I liked that better. I liked Hollywood Hogan. I liked Hollywood Hogan a whole lot better.
When that music would come on, dun 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 dun, new world order, and he playing the guitar, for life. I was like, yo, because what made it fly. So the Bash at the Beach thing was dope with all the people throwing the stuff, because we all was like, yo, he bad now. So he shocked everybody. And then when he turned to Hollywood, he had the shadow on his face. He looked different. He started dressing different. But we sitting there, I remember that. Shaka, all of us called each other. We watching WCW. Yeah. Like, yo, they really beating people up and spray painting?
Oh, yeah. Wolfpack, baby. Wolfpack. Hey, those were good times for all of us, man. Y'all know where you were. I remember where we were watching that stuff. And I mean, to be honest, like Kevin said from the get-go, for me, the Hulk Hogan that really rocked it at the beginning, like with Cyndi Lauper and Captain Lou and the cartoon. That
cartoon
stuff there,
rocking wrestlers.
Man, that stuff blew up everything. Mike said it. That blew up everything. Like, it took wrestling from, like just bad guys and good guys in the ring to now it's wrestling every day. It's okay to be a big personality. Everybody else we're all interviewing each other. We're like, brother, saying my prayers and eating my vitamins. We're doing it at school. We're doing it in the classroom, in the parks. You know what I mean? I appreciate that part, because we were kids, we were innocent. It gave us something else to do, and it even fed into Nintendo, because y'all remember Pro Wrestling came out. So that really kicked that off.
All the time.
Yeah,
bro.
For sure.
We talking about what came out, dog. I had the weight set. Had the Hogan weight set. You know what I'm saying? It was the blue dumbbells. I had that joint, and it had the tape in there, and it had the little booklet, and you do the workouts. And even before that, man, we all, of a certain age, we go in the arcade WrestleFest. Bro, everybody trying to get on WrestleFest. And the two characters everybody wanted was Hogan and Ultimate Warrior.
Ultimate Warrior. Okay, let's be real.
Yeah.
I wasn't even touching Hogan. I was Ultimate Warrior all day. That's it.
Yeah. Those are the two characters everybody wanted to be on WrestleFest. And what's crazy, that thing just...
The Big Boss Man was on there.
Big Boss Man, Demolition was on there.
Man.
Ted DiBiase is on the game. And all that thing... I don't know. Nobody ever beat that game, bro. Just eat your quarters. Just eat your quarters.
Yeah, because you get like 3 minutes, then it's like, do you want to continue?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you know, the thing about this whole wrestling thing was what makes it messed up is, you know, back in the day, it was a lot of steroid use and everybody had to be big and buff and all this stuff and all the drugs. And that stuff is going to catch up to you after a while. You know, some people die from it early on. Some people die from this stuff later in complications, but it's going to catch up to you. And as you can see, a lot of these wrestlers, some of them went crazy, you know, and some of them had heart attacks. Some of them, I mean, this stuff catches up to you. So it was just a matter of time. I'm not saying a matter of time for Hogan, but a matter of time for most of these wrestlers.
Right.
For sure.
We enjoyed it. It was entertainment for us, but on the backside, it hurt those people. It hurt their lives and it hurt their families.
Yeah, because I mean, think about it. How do you really be in your family's life and you basically gone the majority of the time?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the stuff we don't think about. And I think that's something me and Mike thought about because we got a chance to go to Bill Goldberg's last match like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
For us, it was like, you know, we were like probably teenagers again watching that match.
Yeah,
you know, nostalgia. Like, yo, we get to see him in person. He does the jackknife and it's the whole thing. But if you look at it, it's like, well, he's retiring before, you know, his body completely fall apart, which is a good thing.
Yeah, they go super, like, guys, if we think about it, Hulk Hogan made it well beyond some of his contemporaries.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he didn't abuse like the alcohol or some of the hardcore drugs like they did, but we know he was on them painkillers and like all that stuff is the same. Them opioids are just as bad for the kidneys and the body as like the hardcore stuff, probably worse, right?
Yeah.
But it's crazy because you think about Hogan's biggest moments in the ring. He body slammed Andre the Giant twice. I got to, you know, from all that stuff that came out today, like all the tweets and everybody, you know, taking their jabs, you got to see some of the real highlights. And he put that man, Andre the Giant, on the mat twice in the same match.
Exactly.
Like, that's crazy. Think about that, what kind of toll that takes on your body from doing that stuff. Because Andre the Giant was what? I forgot how much he was.
Over 300 pounds and 7 feet, bro.
Yeah.
He's over 300 pounds and 7 feet.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a big
over
guy.
300 pounds. We talking about, it was over
you remember,
pounds.
all of us had the wrestling figures with the ring, and we were doing the same thing.
Yeah, we're doing the
figures. Remember the first version of those? I got the Hulk Hogan. All he does is this. He can't even move. Right. He just flex.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But let's get into this. Mike, the expert, Shaka, let's talk about his greatest matches. If you was to say and put together maybe his top 5 matches, and they ain't got to be in any order, but let's go ahead and put them in there. Obviously, the Andre the Giant one, we already mentioned that. That goes in there. That's legendary. That's what sets wrestling off and makes WrestleMania a thing, right? I think if I got to pick something else, the Ultimate Challenge got to be in there. Him versus the Ultimate Warrior was ridiculous. And that might, and somebody was talking about that, the politics behind the ring, that Hogan rarely lost because, you know, he wasn't going, he usually had the creative control and he wasn't going to lose. Unlike Ric Flair, who would lose and win it back. Honestly, the Ultimate Challenge is probably one of the first times you've seen Hogan just straight up lose without no interference. Wasn't no funny business. Ultimate Warrior beat him, but it was a watershed moment, man.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's like, to me, that's it. That the Andre the Giant, and the Ultimate Warrior, like, you can go to other stuff. You can go to when he was old school. You can do when he was fighting Terry Funk. You know what I mean?
Funk.
You can you can go to that. You can go.
That's another one.
Macho Man.
So
obviously,
when you say Macho Man,
that's the feud.
Are you saying him and Macho Man together as the Mega Powers, or him and Macho Man against each other?
No,
both
against each other.
Fighting Macho Man. Yeah, he fought Harley Race back in the day. You know, I mean,
he just had so many. Like, I remember
every single person
when he was on NWO, and he went out there to help Scott. What's his name?
Scott Hall.
Not Scott Steiner.
No, I said Scott Hall.
Remember Scott Hall flicked that toothpick? Yeah. It's
Razor Ramon.
He went there to help Scott Hall. He flicked that toothpick. Razor Ramon, baby.
Yeah.
Like, so to my point, with NWO, those were some good days because you never know what's going to happen.
Exactly.
So he just was always in the mix to where he was shining the brightest because he already had the Hulkamaniacs. You know what I mean? That right there, it didn't really matter what match he was in.
Well, if I had to give my top 5, Andre the Giant, the Ultimate Challenge, I'm going to put the two Macho Man things together, the Mega Powers and separate. I'm just going to lump them together. Now, he had the best promo of all time with the Andre the Giant promo. And he said he was out there hanging and banging.
Yeah.
That was one of the best promos of all time.
Yeah.
And then I got to put in there too, this is in no particular order, but definitely I would say the first time him and Ric Flair actually, did the match. It was the match we all wanted. We all wanted to see him and Ric Flair fight each other. So I got to put that in there. And then I got to put in there, I think him versus Mr. McMahon when he was older. That's another one we all wanted. We want to see him beat up Mr. McMahon. I was happy about that one. And then the one that goes in there, that was probably the most legendary, was him versus The Rock. I remember I was grown and paid for that pay-per-view to watch him go against The Rock. And I was so disappointed because I wanted to win, but it was a spectacular match.
Yeah.
And that match is rated number 3 all time.
Yeah, because Hogan was going to make, like, say what you want about him. He was a pro's pro, right? He knew what time it was. Hogan knew what time it was. It's time to pass the baton. So that's why it was great, because he was going to play into it. Regardless of what people talk, Hogan was he's a pro's pro in that wrestling ring. So there are several matches where you can say, this guy's like, this is one of the greatest matches of all time, because Hogan was playing his part no matter what.
Facts.
Yeah. I didn't, if I was waiting on, the Hogan and Ultimate Warrior thing, that's just the names behind it were big. The match though, to me, wasn't all that great.
No, it's more about the impact of it.
Yeah, it's more about the names behind it, because Ultimate Warrior wasn't a great wrestler. He was just, he wasn't, but everybody was just excited. Like, I loved watching Ultimate Warrior or whatever, come to the ropes and shake the ropes and go crazy. But his wrestling, he wasn't really a good wrestler.
Whoa, wait a minute.
He's not, he's telling the truth. He wasn't.
No, he wasn't a good wrestler. He was a good entertainer. His character was entertaining. But as far as wrestling, he wasn't good at wrestling. He really wasn't.
Give me the top 3 wrestlers ever.
That's good at wrestling?
That's good at wrestling, or just the top 3? Bret Hart's up there, Chris Benoit.
Good at wrestling.
Bret Hart, Chris Benoit.
Oh.
I mean,
those are good.
It's hard to narrow it down to 3, but I mean, I would put
Shawn
Michaels, Dean Malenko, put some
those are good wrestlers.
Undertaker, those are guys that were good at their craft.
Yeah, those are guys good at their craft. Like, even look at Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan is a great entertainer, but I can't say he was like actually the best tactical wrestler in those things. But
Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, he would be up
Ricky
there.
Dragon Steamboat. Yeah, but Hulk Hogan's just the greatest.
Baby. Where's Arn Anderson?
Arn Anderson.
And this is the thing. Look at how great Undertaker is. This man had 3 different finishing moves.
Yeah.
He had the tombstone, he had the choke slam, and then he had the power bomb.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So and honestly, I'd probably say The Rock is a better technical wrestler.
See, that's
he's decent.
Yeah, that's what we. I mean, Rock. I'm with Mike. I'm about to say the same thing, because sometimes the line gets grayed too, right? Because think about Batista. Like, a lot of these guys are athletes. They were professional football players. They were D1 athletes.
Yeah.
It's not to say they don't have the athleticism, but having like the technical wrestling skills, like, I don't know, Ken Shamrock.
Kurt Angle.
Yes, Kurt Angle. There you go. Like, that's not that's like, you don't even argue that, right? That you just know he's like one of the top wrestlers of all time.
Somebody that's a great wrestler that's underrated is Booker T. This man's a high flyer, and he could be a power wrestler at the same time.
Yeah, Booker T was good.
Big boy? Yes. Yeah.
But see,
you.
here's the difference though, Shaka. Yeah, we have those guys that were technical wrestlers like Chris Benoit and people like that. But then you have other guys who may not have been as technical as them, but can put on a good wrestling show like The Rock and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You take away the Ultimate Warrior's theatrics, and he's just a regular person. You see what I'm saying?
At that point, he's a jobber.
Yeah, at that point, he's a jobber. You take away his theatrics, or put it this way: Ultimate Warrior runs to the ring skinny.
Yeah,
and not going crazy or whatever. Nobody cares about the Ultimate Warrior, or he can have his muscles and just don't be going crazy and don't wear the paint on his face.
He's Alex Wright. Nah, that dude can wrestle.
Yeah, Macho Man can wrestle. Yeah,
he can wrestle.
Macho Man can wrestle. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cactus Jack better as Cactus Jack. I liked him better as Cactus Jack.
Cactus Jack. I never really got into Cactus Jack like that. I liked him better. I liked him better in
WCW as Cactus Jack. Now, Mike, I will tell you this: if you was to take the Ultimate Warrior match off, I'll probably replace it with the one against Sergeant Slaughter. That was a good match, and that was a good equal pairing. That was a good equal pairing. So I'll probably, if you're gonna take that off, I would put that on there. But I mean, it's so hard. The guys had so many legendary moments.
Yeah,
he did.
I mean,
what about Sting? What about Sting?
Oh man, he one of the greatest to ever do it.
Yeah, Sting is.
I mean, Hulk versus how many times did he wrestle Sting?
Once, but I think that was. If he had got the Sting when it was spiky hair Sting, I think it would have been a better match.
Yeah, it would have been
spiky
better.
Hair Sting. Spiky hair Sting was nasty.
Yeah, he was better than Crow Sting.
You know what I hate?
What?
You know what I hate? And then, don't get me wrong, this guy, he's not a great technical wrestler or anything like that. But I hate people dog Lex Luger so much. I used to like Lex Luger, dog.
The torture rack.
I used to like Lex Luger, even though he's not the ultimate technical wrestler or anything like that. But Lex Luger, I mean, I used to like Lex Luger. He's still up there though, man. I don't know. People dog him though.
Yeah, I like Lex too. I was a fan of Lex.
Lex Luger, baby.
Yeah, I mean, the total package.
The total package, the narcissist, the Patriot Lex. This guy had a run. Actually, the guy that probably go on my list that people have forgotten it, I think is somebody I really like was Vader. Vader beat up 2 jobbers at one time.
Yeah, I wasn't a big Vader fan.
Vader was a bully. Yeah, Vader time. They would make it like people were really injured fighting Vader. So I like Vader a lot, man.
I wasn't a big Vader fan. He was a big sloppy dude.
And I like Sid a lot too, because Sid would be throwing people around.
Yeah, Sid, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Hawk had a good matchup against him too. Yeah, he had a good matchup against him too.
He did. Now, he really did.
Let's go here real quick and kind of, you know what I'm saying? We got to give a shout out to Hulk Hogan too on being a sneakerhead. The guy was a crazy sneakerhead. If you haven't seen, check out Complex. My guy had a lot of retros. He was a big Jordan 5 guy. So definitely check that out. So we got 2 other things to visit with Hulk. First off, the best movie appearance from Hulk Hogan, in my opinion, has to be Rocky. Hulk Hogan as Thunder Lips and Rocky got busy, bro.
Yeah.
Now, I know he did the Mr. Mom and the Suburban Commando and the Thunder, whatever the show is with the boat. But he got busy in Rocky.
But on Rocky. Rocky he was huge on Rocky, though, man. Like, he was just extra bigger than everybody, yo. He was.
Especially Rocky. I mean, damn.
Yeah, he was throwing Rocky around.
Yo, y'all remember the movie where he was fighting Zeus, and they ended up being a real thing in real life too.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, man, Sly Stallone was small in that movie, man. I was like, damn.
So then we got to bring it to here. The best video game with Hulk on it. I got to go old school, and I got to go NWO versus WCW.
Wow.
I liked him on the 2K games. He was good on them. And the 2K games are dope because it does a great job recreating what he's supposed to look like.
Yeah.
But I felt like the best one was that NWO versus WCW. That was just incredible.
So it's not WrestleMania.
No, I wouldn't say that. I mean, you got it. He's on WrestleMania. He's on it's a Survivor Series game on SNES. He's on Royal Rumble, and after that, he's not on another game for a long time. Yeah. After that, Hulk's not on another game until WCW.
I used to love Royal Rumble and WrestleMania.
Yeah, I mean, Monday Night Raw, he's not on that game. He's not on Monday Night Raw. And then the arcade style games, he's not on there either.
Yeah, I still think that they slipping on a lot of these wrestling games. I still think they're missing a whole lot on these, but that's another topic. But I don't know. I'm kind of disappointed with a lot of these wrestling games, but
that's true.
I'll leave
that's
that
true.
at that.
Well, we want to know what y'all think about Hulk Hogan. What's your favorite match? You know what I'm saying? How are y'all gonna remember him? Are you gonna separate the man from the character? And hey, what do y'all think of him as a sneakerhead? Because that's a really underrated thing people don't talk about. We want to hear from y'all. Y'all's opinion. Definitely tell us what's your favorite Hulk Hogan match. And did you like old Hulk better, or did you like NWO Hollywood? I'm a Hollywood Hogan guy. But we'll catch you on the next one. Continue to like, share, subscribe. Holla.
Peace.